Why did I leave Canada? Do I regret it? Do I miss Canada sometimes? Do I regret becoming a digital nomad? I'm gonna answer these questions now. My name is Astian. I used to live in Canada for almost a decade. And one of the reasons why I realized, okay, this is not the country I wanna live in forever, is the high cost of living. There is a housing crisis in Canada. Everything is becoming expensive. Right now, I'm in Medellin, Colombia, living in a $700 apartment, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, all the amenities included, internet, everything is included. And I'm only paying $700 per month. If I would like to live in a major city in Canada, I would be paying $3,000 to $4,000 a month. And the reason why this housing crisis is happening is because the government is bringing more and more immigrants. The government knows that, making the cost of living more and more and more expensive. My second point is that Canada is just taxing you for everything. The new taxes for 2024 are like the second carbon tax, are the alcohol tax. Yeah, if you buy alcohol, you will pay more taxes now. And the streaming taxes. So if you watch Netflix, Prime, HBO, you will pay more taxes now. And don't get me wrong, I really studied it because I wanted to understand the reason why Canada is taxing you. Why Canada is kind of almost stealing your money at this point. And after studying for some weeks, I realized that Canada is one of the largest countries and is a beautiful country. However, 90% of Canada doesn't produce things that, help the economy. So that's why the government needs to tax the young people, the young population. Because who's going to pay for the indigenous people, the benefits of the indigenous people? Who's going to pay for the benefits of the refugees? Who's going to pay for the benefits of the elder? That's why Canada wants to tax you for literally everything right now, because they need money. Politicians as well need money. So I just realized, you know what? I was really thinking through this for a year almost. I just came to the conclusion that it's better to leave. It's better just to leave this country. And especially if you have a business, Canada is not going to help you. If you want to grow your business, go somewhere else. Or even the US. The US, you can grow your business 10 times more than Canada. Now, the next point that I'm going to make is kind of controversial point. So my second point is that Canada is brainwashing kids into believing on gender ideology. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against you having 3 genders, 4 genders, you being whatever you want to be. You have the freedom to do it. Okay? You are free. However, what happens to our freedom? What happens to the freedom to the people that don't agree with it? So we are not free anymore. What happened to the freedom of choosing what belief, what ideology you want? What happened to the freedom of, I want my kids grow up believing in God, for example, or believing in something else, like in Buddha or anything. So the government is trying to impose really these strict ideologies, leaving us the rest of people with no choice but to accept it. My next point is related to the government as well. And the government just released the Bill C-18, which just censors the news coming from outside the world to Canada. At this point, this just feels like a dictatorship. And the event that really made me think that there was a wake-up call, it was when Trudeau froze the bank accounts of hundreds of protesters, which were they were protesting against the government about, the thing, So I don't want to live in a country where I cannot express myself. And one of my core values is just expressing myself. One of my core values is freedom. So I thought, this is not the place for me anymore. And my last point is mental illness. The government promotes mental illness. The government really encourages you to have mental illness, gives you benefits if you have mental illness. Why is that? It's because the government just wants you to be a victim. When you are in a victim mindset, you complain about anything, keep complaining, and you are incapable to do things. You cannot do anything because you are a victim already. You have someone to blame, so you don't put yourself in a position where you're responsible. you cannot take action. So the government loves it, of course, because it's a mechanism of control. Now, regarding the question, if I regret to come here, the simple answer is no. However, the longer answer is that yes, sometimes I miss my siblings, I miss my fiance, I miss my friends, of course. However, I don't want to trade that. I don't, you need to be true to yourself. Like your authenticity, the truth that you have in yourself, that should be strong, really strong, strongest than anything in the world. So now, let me tell you, after hearing all these reasons, if you're in Canada and you want to leave, let me tell you, it's 100% possible. But you need to do it smartly. Now, if you don't have a job and you want to leave Canada, it's easy. Just find a skill. Spend 3 months. 3 months just developing that skill, obsessing around that skill. And try to sell it to people in the US. Because, the US dollar is very strong in other countries. The Canadian dollar is kind of weak. So just find a client, find clients, find an employer in the US, and just get the fuck out of Canada. Now, if you want to do it, if you want more help, just DM me, just send me a message, I can help you. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any comments, just comment down below. See you in the next video.